run down the street and do cartwheels.
My liquor pick of the week.
Liquor? I don't even know.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So good.
So good.
Damn it, Wendy.
Get rid of my hairy balls.
When are we hanging out?
People accuse me for having a set of balls on me.
It almost tastes like a spiked coffee.
Yeah, it's delicious, right?
I feel like I'm watching a drama unfold.
I didn't get my balls lasered off.
Oh, I'm gonna gag. I have to contain my crazy a little bit.
Tales over cocktails.
Tales over cocktails. So let's get it on.
You're listening to Tales Over Cocktails.
What's new, guys?
Same old same.
Same old, same old. It's Wednesday.
Are you guys going over like microphone techniques? What was that?
Yeah, she was just like, "Do you hear me?
Do you hear me now?
Is it louder?" I'm like,
Does it get louder?
No, because you know what's so funny? On Facebook, I'm on one of those, radio groups. And when I was having an issue with the mic, I was asking, the radio geeks, because they know everything. Like you, Wendy. You guys know everything. Yes. You need to be chiming in on that page. You need to be like,
no. I'm just a really good Googler. It's true.
I mean, a lot of IT work is Googling everything too. So
that's true. So a couple of people helped out and told me which setting to put it on. So I just wanted to make sure Danielle had the right setting on. And why the hell do I look naked?
What? You do look naked.
Oh,
I'm not naked. Look, I'm not naked.
For all of our podcast listeners that are on, iHeartRadio or not watching the video of this, she's not naked.
I am not naked.
Actually, no, you should tune into the YouTube video to see if she really is or not.
True. I could be naked.
Yeah.
I mean, listen.
It looks very long.
It's like a very strategically placed microphone.
Yeah.
What's everyone drinking besides coffee?
I'm drinking Apothic wine.
Apothic?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm drinking
that wine is good.
a pink Moscato.
Oh, I like pink Moscato.
Oh, pink Moscato sounds amazing.
So delicious. I think you'd like it, Wendy, because it's on the sweeter end. I know you're not a fan of sweet, but it's not as sweet as regular Moscato.
Okay. Yeah, I probably would like that.
And I think you
like
guys
a good rosé. I have not had a good rosé.
I like that wine bottle placement, Danielle.
Is Apothic a sponsor?
Why
is it right next to the Bounty paper towels?
I know, right? But I do have good news, guys. I think I might soon be able to join you guys in the red wine category soon.
I thought you said the red zone. I thought what you were about to say.
No.
Yeah, you don't want to be where we are.
No. The red wine category, because I've been trying different red wines, and you know how I don't really like the taste. Like my palate, I don't feel like is matured enough. But lately, a couple of people have been turning me on to some red wines that I'm able to tolerate.
The one Danielle is drinking is really good.
Yeah,
that is a good one, but that's a little strong for Astra, I think. That's not one to ease into. I have one
called... It's a red blend. Red blends are good.
Red blend is very good, but you need to get on the jeunesse train, Astra. If you want a good red that is very sweet, that's the one I recommend for you.
I do have one.
It's only like $10, $12.
I have one thing.
I have to go get my coffee. Oh,
I
don't have my cup.
Where's he going?
All right,
second. I'll be back. One second.
While he's gone,
hurry up.
While he's gone, let me ask you guys a question, since you guys are red wine drinkers, and I told you I tried starting into it. So last night I had 3 glasses of red wine, which I was proud of myself. Besides being buzzed, I came home and I looked like a freaking mummy. My teeth were like purple. I looked like I was walking dead. So I scrubbed the shit out of my teeth because look, I love my white teeth.
You do have white teeth.
Yeah, you have very white teeth.
So I don't know if I want to go on to the red route now because I'm afraid that my teeth might get stained for good.
No,
my teeth are definitely stained from red wine and coffee. Like it's just part of life.
Drink it with a straw. Drink your wine with a straw.
Wine with a straw?
I don't even want it touching your teeth, right?
I don't, but I mean, I don't care if the back of my throat is red. That's fine. But it's just, my teeth. But here's my thing. When I drink, I'm one of those people that goes, so that's why it gets in there.
Oh. I almost said a dirty thing, but
you're like,
about the red in the back of the throat?
No, she was probably going to say, you have to swallow.
I was going to say, I know you like something else in the back of your throat.
I knew we were not going to get past that joke. She was holding on to that one.
Actually, no. I don't like to gag.
Oh, that's too bad.
Thanks.
I'm just letting everyone know there. I don't like to gag. I don't like to gag.
Oh my God.
Well, okay, on that note, how about we cheers, guys?
Oh, yes.
Cheers.
Cheers. So I don't know if you guys saw my email. I didn't send it to you, Wes. I just sent it to the ladies.
Oh, because they have iHeart accounts?
No,
No.
that's not why. No, and it was on our personal accounts. So relax.
First off, yeah, I'm pretty sure I sent. I don't know where the hell I sent it because I don't even know your
Sent it to our
iHeart. Astra.
Gmails, first of all.
Yes.
I mean, my iHeart's easy. It's astra@k2u.com.
Oh well, I didn't know that. So they have an expert available on catfishing. So I thought maybe we could reach out and have this person talk about their experiences, and maybe you guys could put your heads together about how to prevent it for other people.
I think that
Should I
would be
send an email?
amazing. I think we should.
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay.
Totally.
I think it'd be awesome because I don't even need to be an expert. I feel like I'm already an expert on how to catch a catfish. That I don't need to be considering myself as an expert, but I would love to speak to an actual expert and maybe toss a couple ideas back and forth.
You need to pay this expert? How does this work?
No, they're looking to do a little publicity. So, we get these emails from like the PR agency, and I've done this for the other podcast before, and we'll have like an expert on. We have not had a guest in a while. I think our last guest was Anthony Rodia.
I get the expert thing, but what about if you want to hire this person on the side? You have to pay them? I know we don't have to, but normally, how does that work?
I mean,
it's
I
like, I'm
she
not
might
sure
just be
if
a
this
public
guy...
speaker. I don't think that's what she does. I think she's just like a public speaker. Maybe
they just look for outlets to, be able to promote their stuff on. And why not? Tales over cocktails, catching catfish one at a time. I'm sure she'd love to give us her ideas on how we could even catch more catfish. We all don't get screwed.
That's
great. You guys hear that Sam Smith was rejected from, I think it was Hinge.
No.
Sam Smith. They were up on Hinge using pictures of themselves, and I guess Hinge thought it was a catfish situation and was like, bye.
Well, that's why he has to go on Raya. Raya's where all the celebrities are. Supposedly.
Well, maybe you can reach out to Sam Smith and just be like, yo, Raya's where it's at, and I'll vouch for you.
True, although I would need his number for that. Because here's the thing with Raya. First of all, it took me almost 3 years to get on. But when I finally got in, it wasn't even worth it. It's like,
But there's Sam Smith.
I get it. But I thought Sam Smith had a new boyfriend. I thought he literally just came out with a new boyfriend like a couple of months ago.
Don't tell me it's over. With someone for a while, right? I thought the same thing too.
No, they're single.
Oh.
Wait, no, Sam Smith was with someone. Then they had a really messy breakup. He's been single for a bit. And then he just recently was seen kissing some guy in London, I think about not even 2 months ago. So don't tell me that's over already.
I don't know, but.
Well, good for them. I like that. Listen, when you're single, go and mingle. That's cool.
I mean, yeah. Although I'm not trying to mingle during COVID. That's my biggest
True.
concern.
Yeah.
Can't fully
You're an expert
mingle.
at catching catfish, but I hope you're not an expert at catching COVID.
Definitely not. I haven't even had it, and knock on wood, although I'm knocking on glass, I don't want to catch it.
Did you guys hear that story about there was a new study published in the Journal of American Medical Association Pediatrics that finds college-age Americans are drinking less alcohol than nearly 2 decades ago?
Because they're doing drugs?
No.
I did see that too.
You saw that?
In the beginning, they were saying everyone's drinking a lot. And now all of a sudden, people are not drinking as much.
It says the study found between 2002 and 2018, the number of adults aged 18 to 22 in the U.S. who chose not to drink alcohol increased from 20% to 28% for those in college. For those not in school, the percentage was 30%. Isn't that it?
Why do you think that is, though?
They're choosing to abstain from alcohol. They're choosing to co-mix alcohol, marijuana, and other drugs. They said kids are creative. There's a reason they can't drink. They're going to find another way to get high or wasted.
Huh. I mean, they did say that the marijuana drug sales went up during COVID drastically.
Yeah.
And also the champagne industry was suffering because apparently nobody has anything to toast.
Celebrate. What are you going to do? Celebrate sitting on your couch 10 days in a row? Here's to another day on the couch.
Here's to another episode of Emily in Paris.
Exactly. Maybe we should buy champagne for the podcast.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. By the way, on that show, Emily in Paris, if you haven't checked it out yet, it's like the most amazing show to hate watch, but they're always drinking wine. So I'm like, I could go
really?
right now. Yeah, it's a bad inspiration.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I got into a different show on Netflix that I binge watched. It's
What
called
is it?
The Circle. Have you guys heard of it?
I've heard of that.
No.
I've heard of that.
So basically, it's like again, it's like a social media like, I guess, challenge or whatever you want to consider it. And they brought in a couple of people, and everybody talks via online, and you set up a profile, and you could actually either be yourself, or you can catfish people and use a fake page, a fake picture, and maybe be your real self behind the fake picture. But it was a freaking amazing show. You guys have to watch it.
Is it a reality show based, or is it?
It is. It's basically a reality show, and then you kind of vote people out of the circle that you don't want there, that you think may be fake. Some of the people that they voted out were real. Some of the people that they voted out were fake, and then they narrow it down because then they start bringing.
So they get to find out that they see who they're voting off after the fact?
Yes, and at the very end, it's actually very interesting. I'm not going to give anything away, but it's interesting when you finally get to reveal who you are behind the screen. So people are like, wait, you're like, it's crazy.
Wow.
I gotta watch this.
It's called The Circle. It's on Netflix.
Is there anybody who's catfishing and pretending to be the opposite gender?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
I would want to do that. I'd want to be a bro hitting on the ladies.
Well,
I just want to see if people would buy it. I don't know.
What's funny about that is,
you want to be a hoe, not a bro?
Yeah, I can do it.
No, what's funny about that is, think about this. If you're trying to, moonlight as the opposite sex, you now have to be able to speak like you're the opposite sex and understand what's going on as the opposite sex. So that's why at one point, this person got a little like, oh no, I'm not sure how to answer this question, because they weren't. So then they tried to answer it, and people were like, that's not really how it goes, but maybe that's a catfish, because it's like, what?
That is
Wow.
so
It sounds really interesting. I heard about the show from my young friend Ella, and she was going on about it. So I may have to put this on the list.
Yeah, I heard about it through a friend also that was going on about it. They're like, you would love it. I'm like, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, because it covers everything you're an expert in.
Basically, so after episode 1, I was hooked. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm watching this whole thing. I watched it in a matter of like 3 days. I think there's only like 9 episodes.
I need to watch more Emily in Paris before Dr. Nebraska gets home, because he refuses to be in the same room as it. It's that bad.
He's not a fan. I haven't even started watching it. So
he's like it's such a cliche. So imagine Sex in the City, and do you remember that show Younger? No, they were both created by Darren Star. So it's a little cliche. It's a little cheesy.
I might have to check it out. Everyone has been talking about it, so I might have to pull the plunge and just.
Do you want to hear something really crazy I've never told anyone before?
What?
Tell us now.
So yeah, you're gonna laugh at me. I feel bad about it to this day, though. I feel guilty. So we're amongst friends. When I was in high school, I catfished somebody, but I didn't even know what catfishing was.
I mean, now
do you want to hear why I did it? And
I want to hear everything, actually.
Yeah.
First off, I didn't know any better. I really didn't. So back in the days of America Online with the dial-up connection,
yes.
There's a little backstory. I was not a cool kid in high school. It was like painfully shy, which now I realize was just a lot of anxiety and social anxiety. But back in the day, I really struggled. So to me, my perception of the popular kids was that they were mean. Some of them probably were mean. I went to a kind of snobby high school.
Okay. Listen,
some of them were just
perfectly
fine. They were just nice kids. So there was this one popular kid who I thought was really cute. Okay. And I found his America Online screen name, and I started chatting with him as Kim. And I realized that he was actually really nice.
Hello,
and just a friendly kid. And I felt so bad about it because I could never tell him in school, be like, hey, by the way, you know that girl Kim 0076?
That's me.
That's me. I feel bad about that. I don't know what possessed me to do it. Have you ever been on that end?
I've been catching catfish since college. That's why I think I'm so good at it. And my first hurrah was my ex-boyfriend.
Which one? Anybody we know?
In college.
Oh,
No, in college. It was back in the AOL days, so I'm going to date myself right now. Back in the AOL times when everybody had the chat room, so I always knew. Actually, hold up. Besides the chat room, do you guys remember
The profiles?
Not even that. Do you guys remember prior to MySpace, there was something called Friend Finder?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
actually.
yes.
Okay, so I was on Friend Finder because that was like the college thing back then, and I had convinced him as me to join Friend Finder because he was going to college in the city and I was on Long Island, so we lived separate at that point. So he did, and I signed up as a fake person on AOL because I had a feeling something was going on. Like, he's in the city, he's like meeting all these girls.
Oh,
So
no.
I became this girl that I think that he would have loved to meet. And let me tell you, he fell for it hook, line, and sinker.
Right, but the thing is, though, do you think you would have actively been out seeking the company of other women, or did you because you could have just put it on his lap in a silver platter? I feel like
because I had seen other girls that were like beeping him. Okay, again, dating myself. I'd seen other girls.
Oh my God.
I had seen, all these other messages. So I was like, let me see if he's honest with these girls. That was my attitude. Let me see if he's honest with these girls and says that he has a girlfriend. So I started flirting with him and talking to him. And I was like, oh, so, you're really cute. Do you have a girlfriend? And of course he's like, oh, well, I was kind of seeing someone, but we're having problems. And I'm like, this motherfucker. What? Okay, so let's just keep it going.
I mean, did you feel like you were being stabbed in the heart at the time?
Sort of. So then I said, where do you live? Because I live in the city. He goes, me too. I'm like, He goes, we should meet up. I'm like, this motherfucker. So now I'm like, how am I going to catch him? How am I going to catch him? And he's like, I want to call you. Because, it's like you want to call and talk to the person. Can't FaceTime. Didn't exist. So I said, shit, how am I going to get around this one? So I asked my mom, who was my accomplice, who had a friend who lived
Your mom!
Yes, my mother had a friend who lived here in the city that was like never home. So I utilized that phone number because didn't have a voicemail either. It was just like, back then, like fucking old phones.
It was so much easier for guys to cheat back then, right?
Yes, so I utilized the 212 area code and I said, when I beep you, you have to call me back right away. He's like, okay. So I beeped him with the phone number. Now here's what I did. Rewind. I went to hang out with him one night, and this is where my mom is my freaking best friend. I went to hang out with him one night when he was on Long Island, and I said to her, at 8:30, you're going to text him with that phone number. So I had earlier planned the whole like, hey, I'm going to text you.
You could cover your tracks because you would have been with him, so you would never suspect.
So he would never think it's me. This is why I'm saying I'm always a step ahead. Pay attention, everybody, if you want to know how to catch somebody. So I'm laying with him in his bed. We're just hanging out watching TV, and all of a sudden his beeper goes off. And I looked at the time, and I'm like, yes. I go, oh, who's that? Oh, it's my boy so-and-so. I'll be right back. I got to go call him. I'm like, this motherfucker. He runs downstairs to call. He's down there for like 5 or 10 minutes. And I'm like, what is taking so long? I know nobody's answering the phone. He comes back and I go, oh, is everything okay with him? And he's like, yeah, it's really weird. I think he beeped me with like a payphone number because he wasn't answering when I called him. And I'm like, oh. So then my mom beeped again. I didn't ask her to do it twice, but she did. Does it again. So he goes, I go, why don't you go call him back? He goes, no, it's all right. He's probably not going to be at the phone by the time I get downstairs. And I'm like,
I have a question.
Lying. Yes.
Can you call me?
Huh?
Calling me. I'm raising my hand.
Oh,
Wendy?
yes. Wendy, please.
Thank you. Your mom is really amazing being an accomplice like that, but I'm just imagining why she wouldn't tell you, like, dude, break up with this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Why am I beeping him to pretending to be another girl? Why is my lovely daughter bothering with a guy that is not good enough for her? What the fuck? You
want to know something?
Yeah.
She hated him from day one.
So she would play along.
Because she was trying to do, I think she was at this point trying to do anything to make me like wake up and walk away. So she's like, sure, I'll beep him. What's the number?
That is so funny. I love your mother.
Yeah, me too. Listen, I did something a little bit crazy when I was in high school too. I ended up peeing in the woods because of it.
But it gets worse. I ended up taking this conversation to AOL. We kept it going for a little bit. And then at one point when him and I were actually hanging out, I then fully set him up and I I told him, I said, do you know a girl named so-and-so? And he's like, what are you talking about? I go, yeah, she emailed me and told me all of this. And he's like, what? So I'm lying to him technically, and I'm crying over me, the other me. I'm crying over me because he's lying to me about me that's not really me. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You felt the need to confront him.
I did, and he was so apologetic and everything. But at the end of the day,
I still think he wasn't talking to other people. Like
that's my point.
And
I said to him, you know, at least somebody came forward and told me how many other girls are there that you're talking to.
Yeah.
And you want to know something? Here's the kicker. To this day, he still doesn't know that it was me. I never told him. I never.
Unless he listens.
Does he listen? Yeah. Does he listen?
Want to know something funny?
Wait, I need to know this because, like, clearly we're not young pups anymore. But do you think that we were all just a little bit more insecure when we were in our 20s?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know what? I actually am glad that we grew up when we did, because I feel like we'd be even more insecure now.
Oh, with social media, for sure. It must be so hard for 20-somethings to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, my ex and I
really want to commit. When you're in your 20s.
No, you don't. But him and I actually, we're still friends. He's the only ex that I still talk to, and I swear to this day, I still have never told him.
I wonder if he's gonna hear this and be like, "Oh, was that me?"
I might actually tell him to tune into this one because he has listened to a couple of the podcasts, and he's like, you know, I love your podcasts. They're really cool. And
you guys are not going to be friends any longer.
Yeah.
No,
what's his name?
I'm not gonna say, but he'll get a kick out of it. He listened to the podcast I was on when I guest co-hosted with Angela Yee on her.
Oh, cool! Yeah, I remember you were talking about sex on that one.
Yes, and he was like, "I remember you talking about your ex's dick," and I'm like, "Oh God!" I was like, "Wrong podcast. That's not Tales Over Cocktails." I'm like, "We get raunchy, but we don't get that raunchy."
Yeah, true. Wait, so I have something similar, but I was definitely not as advanced and forward thinking as you, because I had this boyfriend. It was like my first boyfriend. I was in I just started college, and I don't know, he just gave me vibes that he was totally like playing the field. So after work, because he actually lived near where I worked at the time, I would drive by his house I knew he would say he was home, but I would look to see if his car was there. And I remember one time it wasn't, and I freaked out. And I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder if he like went out to the store. And I like stayed out for a while, like circling around to see when it would come back. And eventually I had to pee really bad. So I was like, I peed outside. I did.
You gotta go.
I did. I'm like, now I'm officially crazy. Like,
so wait, is that
circling around his neighborhood?
Is that the craziest like pee location story that you have?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I have so many pee stories.
What's the craziest one you have?
Because when I was a cheerleader in high school, we would go toilet paper in the houses, the football players, for homecoming, and we had to pee. Where were we peeing? We peed on the street. Like
right out in public on the street?
In public. We would just pull our pants down and pee.
Well, at least you had toilet paper.
What?
We had toilet paper. And then like in high school when we would have cheerleading practice, we would go and pee in like one of the alcove by the stairwells because they locked the school. You can't go back in. So we would all pee back there.
They didn't realize that after school sports need a place to.
They wouldn't open the doors. So we peed in the stairwell.
This place stinks.
See, but the problem with girls peeing in public is it's easier for guys because they have their own built-in hose. We don't have a hose, so sometimes it dribbles down the leg.
Yeah,
you gotta always be prepared.
You gotta have a good flow.
You gotta have a good stream going, or you gotta have some sort of control. I mean, the first time that I ever peed outside, I was with my best friend at the time, and I said to her, "You have to teach me how to do this because I've never done it and I'm scared." She's like, "All right, let's just go into the bushes." So we went into the bushes. I remember I'm squatting down, ass in the air. She's like, "Just back up a little bit more so nobody sees you." And as I'm backing up, like a twig hits me in the ass. I'm like, "Ah!" Like, this is the worst thing ever. Like, I was so scared. I'm like, I'm gonna end up peeing on my pants somehow. Like, something's gonna happen. I didn't, thank goodness, but like it does happen. So I envy guys. I wish I had a dick just so I could pee wherever I want.
They do sell this thing called a Go Girl. You should look it up.
That. But I don't.
What is this? What's a Go Girl?
it's a cup that has like a little
It's like a hose.
Yeah, it's like you rest the cup on your hoo-ha, and then it's got a little
It
pointer
hoses
thing
it out, so you
that
have your
hoses
own
it right.
little, it's like a temporary pee-pee.
Yeah, but
I gotta go find this.
But here's the thing: where are you gonna rinse that thing out after you use it?
I think that the idea is like, say, remember when we had live events and concerts?
Oh,
I think
you dispose of
or
it?
if you're at like a festival or something and you don't really want to like sit on the toilet, especially for us shorties, like it's very hard to hover sometimes. My legs are so freaking short. So you have like a way to kind of not touch anything, which I don't know. I think it's a good idea. I would love to try one if we could get Go Girl to
sponsor us.
Sponsor us. I mean, we have nowhere to really. I would just use it into my own toilet, but
I would love to pee and stand. Like,
yeah,
that would be amazing. Just stand.
Have you ever been to Italy?
Did I ever tell you the grossest thing I ever did?
No, what?
So Dr. Nebraska and I think I told you. I think we did this on another pod. It's bad. It's bad. So Dr. Nebraska and I were out drinking with friends. This is pre-COVID. Came back and we both had to pee so bad. Now, I don't know if your apartment's like this. Do you have like those oblong toilets in your apartment?
Oblong as in like
it's like an oval, not like a circle.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh no, circle. Yeah, circle.
You have a circle. We have a long oval. I don't know what that's supposed to be for, but that's how some.
I feel like mine's between a circle and an oval.
Oval is for guys. Hold on. Oval is for a guy with their deal when they sit down and go poop. That's what.
What?
Oh, wait. Oh, so they can tuck their. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, but why can't they sit into a round one?
Because too short, maybe. I don't know. But I heard
so
that's
it's technically for men, right? Well, I don't know. It's big enough where you got like this giant hole. So it's not just like if you stick your tushy in it, there's no space. There's plenty of space. So we're kind of like bickering about who has to go to the bathroom more. And then we somehow come up with this crazy idea that we'll go at the same time. So I'm sitting there like this. He starts to go and he's like, look up.
So wait, he was peeing in between your legs while you were sitting there?
Oh my God, that is so funny.
Because I was drunk, my head kept going down to look to see what was going on. He's like, look up.
And that gives a new meaning to a golden shower.
Why didn't you just pee in the tub?
He's like, I'm going to accidentally pee on you. Be careful.
Why did he just pee in the sink at this point and let you have the
tub?
toilet?
We had to go. We just thought it was going to work a little bit better. I mean,
that's more work. He's got to aim better.
No, it was actually pretty good. I don't think that he splashed at all. I think it was fine. It was just funny.
You know what? Now I almost wish that I had somebody that I could just straddle the toilet and pee while he pees down too. And I want to see if it works.
I asked him the other day because I was like, we have one bathroom. And I need to ask Wes this question too, because, when you cohabitate with someone and there's one toilet, if you have like some sort of stomach issue, some sort of stomach bug, you both have diarrhea. Who gets the bathroom and who gets the garbage?
Hopefully you just don't get it at the same time.
But usually you would, right?
I don't think we've had that problem. I'm usually the one with the stomach problem, so it's usually me that has to go.
Yeah, but what? God forbid, and I hope it never happens. And same here. But like, would you let Adriana have the bathroom? Because
I would have to wait.
What a gentleman. You'd have to clench your ass cheeks so tight.
Yes.
Unless it's when your belly hurts because you have like all the gas pains.
Unless it's about to like explode. Like I've had that time too where it's like, where I've been with like an ex-boyfriend or whatever and we both have to go. So it's like, well, who has to go the most at this point? Like who can hold it just a little bit longer? So sometimes I'll be like, all right, I can do it. You go. Or then
I'm talking about like if it's an emergency situation.
But those are emergencies where you're both like,
I can't hold it. If I gotta go, I gotta go.
You gotta go.
Yeah,
I try to hold it, and sometimes I'm just like, fuck, I gotta fucking pee so bad.
Oh, we're talking pooping right now.
We're talking poop now. We've moved on.
Yeah.
I know.
What are we? This podcast is filthy.
Listen, but when I gotta poo, forget it. If it's ready to come out, it's gotta go.
See, and for me, I'm not a fan of public toilets at all. So I'm so used to holding pee and poop in. So if I have to go and I'm out, I'm like, all right, it's gonna take me 15 minutes to get home. Yeah, I can do it. And I'm just sitting there like,
But not if you're sick and you start sweating and you feel
I've had that before. I've had
the gurgle in your belly and it's making noise.
Yeah, it's the bubble guts. Oh
worst.
God.
Bubble guts. I hate
That's
bubble
why.
guts.
That's why sometimes I'm like, maybe I should carry extra underwear and pair of pants with me.
How bad does your shit come out?
No.
Damn, girl. Skid marks at all.
No,
Hershey
just in
squirts.
case. I'm such a I'm like Mary fucking Poppins over here. I got everything in my bag. Okay, if I'm going somewhere and there's a slight chance of rain, I gotta bring something for like an umbrella, a rain jacket.
Do you carry Pepto in your bag just in case?
Pepto. I mean, it's like I gotta bring everything. I have to have Advil all the time or a piece of gum.
At least we know once we actually get back to the office
who's fully supplied. Yeah. I'll be like, Danielle, I have a headache. I got Advil.
Wait. There was one day, and this was like, 2 years ago. I went to Starbucks and they accidentally poisoned me with regular milk. And I don't think I've ever been that sick. So I started I thought I was going to throw up and poop myself at the same time. I'm like sitting on the toilet. Like I couldn't get off. I had to go on the air. This is right before, it was like 10 minutes before my show. I'm texting Cubby and I'm like, I'm stuck on the toilet. I'm stuck on the toilet. Help, help. So he doesn't write back right away. So I text Flips because I know Flips is in the building. And I'm like, help, help. And he texts me back like, what do you want me to do? I'm like, I'm dying here. You need to do something.
Press
I'm
some
like,
buttons.
even if you run my board for me or something.
Oh my gosh.
Cubby finally writes me back and he goes, he's like, I'm so sorry you don't feel good. He's like, I sent the intern out to get you some Pepto. So I hope you feel better. Like, save my life. But can you imagine trying to text Cubby about your diet? You're stuck on the toilet because I
can't even tell anybody if I was doing that. Like, to me, I feel like it's still so embarrassing. And then I hate those bubble guts ones where you're in the bathroom.
The milk,
you're like, first of all, you're sitting there in dire pain and you just want it all to come out. And then it's like piss coming out your ass.
Nobody come in here.
It's like terrible burn in your stomach. It's like,
and you're like crying to yourself too because it feels that awful.
Oh God,
but
yes,
I will always remember Cubby being a freaking amazing gem of a friend. Because
did he post it on Facebook right after?
No, he was actually really nice about it. I don't know. I don't get embarrassed by that stuff, but I just thought it was funny. Like the two people, like I should have texted Danielle, but like the two.
I always have something.
Yeah, I reached out.
Now we know. Now we know for next time.
Flips was useless and not compassionate, and Cubby, who was a solid friend.
Yeah, he's always good with that stuff.
He cares about your butthole.
Yeah. Like, help! I'm stuck in the toilet.
I'm surprised he wasn't like, what do you mean stuck? Do I have to pull you off the freaking toilet?
Well, have you ever gotten locked in the stalls?
No, but if I did, I would crawl right under.
Yeah. Listen, over or under, because
I'd go
a lot of room.
Well,
I would go
I'm
under.
not going to try to jump and pull myself over. I'd rather go under than over.
Well, the ones in the building are pretty high, right? There's enough room to go under.
Guess.
Yeah.
I don't want to crawl on that dirty old floor.
Listen.
All right, I want to see you try to climb over that stall. That'd be pretty funny.
Parkour!
I would go under and then scrub the shit out of my hands.
Oh my
God. And especially now with COVID, I'd be scrubbing the shit out of my hands, my knees, my elbows, my everything.
We're going to put ourselves in a bubble.
Yeah, I'm just going to wear a hazmat suit anytime we have to go back in.
I know.
Wes,
anything new on the job front for you?
I don't know. Work still applying, still nothing, unfortunately.
Really?
I think the company with iHeart, they're giving I think it's like a 60-day trial to some agency that does the resume and helps you find the job, but I don't understand what's going on. I mean, they helped me. They said to add some things to my resume because I got it. I did it professionally. I paid someone to do it, but they gave me some tips on my LinkedIn. You know, I go on. I don't really use it too much. Like, 93% of job hires are from LinkedIn. I'm like, okay. So I guess I have to update that and fix it up a little bit.
You know what it is? I feel like you have to be very active on LinkedIn in order to find things or to make connections. That's one thing I feel like I've learned, where I feel like LinkedIn, it's hard. It's very hard on LinkedIn.
Yeah, she said it's you should have 500 or more connections. And it makes you look better.
Many people.
I have so many. You know, I have people that are in pending that I just don't add. But then I'm like, maybe I should just add everyone because you never know who may know someone.
I know I added you the other day.
I know. I
Astra.
saw that. I was like, Wes? I'm like, oh, okay.
I can't remember the last time I logged into that thing.
You don't have to.
Wait, what?
Basically, I know.
Dude, why do you need it in?
No, but I mean, like, just to check to see what's up there. I don't know.
Yeah.
True.
Well, that was my problem too. It's like I had it. I only had it because I have a bad memory. I don't remember my, job date and stuff like that. So I was using it for that. But yeah, I never used it before. It's always there and it's just so basic. And now they're like, oh, you should, spruce it up, do better things with it. I'm like, okay.
You know what I was thinking, Wes?
But,
why don't you look into like North Shore, or like NYU Langone, like the health systems, because I feel like
I have applied.
You have. Okay. Can you know what? I have the relationship over there at NYU. So.
Okay.
Making connections on Tales Over Cocktails. Hey. I love it.
Yeah.
We should launch our own app to help people make connections.
We should.
Yeah, the healthcare, I definitely love to get into that. They say those are paying jobs, especially in a hospital environment.
Yeah.
You know how we do the radiothon at Hassenfeld?
Yeah.
So I have my connections that way. So I can, if you want, send me your resume tonight and I'll send it to Bethany and I'll see if she can help you.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
Love it. And if any of our tailies are listening too and they have any leads, they just have
Let's just say Wes can fix anything. He is an expert on anything computer related. And he goes above and beyond because there were plenty of times when my non-work computer broke and Wes was like, I can fix it. And then he doesn't accept anything. He's just like, Starbucks, cool. All right. Yeah. Like, remember when you added more memory to my hard drive? Like, you didn't have to do that.
Oh, I changed drive, gave you a better hard drive. And
gave you better hard drive.
Oh my God, I need that. Wes, I will hire you to update my hard drive on my personal Mac.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's easy. I just need to know what you have.
Is that what you call it these days?
I know. Yeah, if you want to
insert
update,
more RAM.
Can you insert it into my hard drive?
Oh my God.
And all the potential employers were like, oh.
Yeah. They were like, we were going to hire him, but
after that, I'm going to decide.
They're like, clearly he's on OnlyFans, not looking for an actual job.
You should try to get a job with OnlyFans.
You should.
Gotta keep those accounts live and active.
What about Twitch? Can you get a job with Twitch?
I haven't looked.
Oh, there you go.
Let's
see. I tried HelloFresh. I got denied right away. It was weird.
Really?
What?
Maybe because you're not so fresh.
Maybe because you didn't say hello when you wrote to them.
Yeah. Hello, Fresh.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Fresh.
Hello, Fresh. Hello, Fresh.
Yeah, but I haven't had to do it for 14 years, so it's weird.
Oh yeah. Have you spoken to Jimmy at all?
I have not spoken to. Well, only the day that we found out I talked to Big Daddy. That's it. We call him Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
I haven't talked to him. Have you talked to him since?
Yeah, we texted.
We got our
today.
package.
We texted today.
Our package. That's what you're calling it now.
Did he sign his package?
I don't know.
Do you know if he signed?
I'll have to ask about his package.
I don't know what any of you guys are talking about.
I don't either. I'm like, who's Jimmy and what package are we talking about?
Severance package.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we're supposed to be talking about other people's packages. Come on.
Yeah. I'm like, wait a second.
That's all we talk about is other people's packages.
We love talking about packages, right?
Well, that's the package in their pants. Maybe.
I think we just want to take a moment. Danielle, I know you told us the news about Uncle Johnny, so just taking a moment to.
Oh.
Yeah, that's sad. The whole thing.
Send our best wishes.
Yeah, why don't we fill in the tailies? What's going on?
So, I don't know if our friends from our listeners that listen to Tales Over Cocktails listen to Elvis Duran in the Morning Show, but I have a feeling that a lot of them do.
Everyone knows Uncle Johnny.
Yeah, he's actually in our intro for
Tales
Over Cocktails.
Hello, lady.
Thanks.
Oh no, he goes Tales Over Cocktails.
Yeah, thanks to Garrett for that one.
Yeah,
might be the nicest guy you'll ever meet.
The best. So today, Alex posted an update. Let me get to it.
Alex Elvis Duran.
Alex
husband.
Elvis's
Yes.
husband.
Yeah.
Yes. So, last week, Uncle Johnny had a fever. And so he was like, let me go to the hospital. He went to the hospital and they found that 20% of his heart was working.
Wow.
Then they found an infection in his blood, and also his kidneys weren't working properly. So what happened was they put a defibrillator in to help pump the blood from his heart, and he's on dialysis, and they're pumping him with major antibiotics to clear the infection. So today Alex wrote on Alex's on Uncle Johnny, my Uncle Johnny on Instagram. He's still very sick, but they've seen a few small steps in the right direction, so that's good.
Good.
He's still heavily sedated in a deep sleep. They wake him up once per day to make sure he's still in there. Then they send him back to sleep. The numbers for the blood infection have reduced immensely, so that's good. They now need to reduce the fluids in his body and ensure the infection is completely gone. This is a process that'll take up to a week. At that point, they'll determine if they can discontinue the Impella blood pump. If he can sustain, that's good. If not, they'll then decide if he's a candidate for a permanent implant called VAD, a ventricular assistance device. The major case implants and transplants take place at the surgery center. The plan is to possibly move him out of there as soon as tomorrow, so he'll be in place for more options. Keep your prayers roaring in, and even though it's a long way to go, they're definitely making a difference. So
he had heart surgery recently, right?
a couple of
Wasn't he?
times.
I didn't know that.
Triple bypass.
Oh.
I think actually a quadruple bypass, if I'm not mistaken. But you know, you'll be amazed at the power of prayers. So if everyone could just keep praying for Uncle Johnny and just hope for the best, because he makes the world a brighter place. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for the update, Dee.
Thank you.
And that's crazy. Like he had a fever, and he's like, all right, well, I'm going to the hospital.
But thank
Like,
goodness
imagine
he
if he
went.
didn't do that.
Thank God
Yeah.
he
Right.
did.
Thank
I
goodness
know.
he went, because it's caught, so as in like everything, like where are we looking at? Do we think that he's going to be pulling through?
Well, the way what she wrote, it kind of sounds like, and it's not, he's in shape. It sounds like he's doing better.
He
Yeah.
sounds like he's doing it sounds like everything's clearing up, which is good. But it's a long road. It's a long road, and he's like 78 years old, 79 years old.
So he could use all the prayers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love that man so much, and I've spent a lot of time with him, and I've gotten to know him. And like before I worked for iHeart, I always like knew of him, and my sister met him in Fire Island, and so it's like, like he's a staple on the show, and he was in Fire Island the whole summer, like 78, 79 years old, still mixing drinks. Yeah. I'm like, I'm 41, and I'm like, oh, my back. Let's get me to bed,
Yeah,
But
he's and he talks to everybody.
everybody.
Even if he doesn't know you, he'll have a whole conversation with you. Does not
Yep.
matter who you are.
Yep.
He'll just talk to you, and you could ask him anything, and he'll just respond to you like, oh yeah. I'm like, wow, nice guy.
So it's crazy. When we went to Mexico a few years ago, I spent a lot of time with Uncle Johnny, and he was like, come over here, let's go get a martini, and I'm like, oh my God, I like mine extra dirty. He goes, you're my kind of girl. You know what I mean? So we were drinking extra dirty martinis like the entire time. And at one point I was like sitting on his lap, and I'm like, Uncle Johnny, do you like having a woman on your lap? But
Aw.
you know, he gave me a hug and a kiss, and even for Elvis's wedding, we spent a lot of time together. And I always like I called him on Saturday, I believe. I was at breakfast, and I was like thinking of him. I said, let me call him, but no answer. But I texted and he answered. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, so I really hope he comes out of this, because I can't imagine what Elvis and Alex are feeling, and the entire morning show. I mean, it's a huge part of their show and the family.
'Cause I know Elvis took off on Monday, right? Was he
Yeah.
there with them, or
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. I have no idea,
when
but
did
I
this?
know.
What day did this happen anyway?
Last week sometime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably right before you texted us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, we all know the power of prayer is great. So as long as we all keep him in our prayers and just keep, thinking positive thoughts for him, I feel like it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Let's hope
Yeah.
for the best. He's amazing.
He is
Hello, lady.
amazing. Hello, lady.
Hello, lady.
Aw. So, do we have anything else?
I'm gonna buy a Tesla. You saw
What?
that? You saw they're cheap now, right?
Yes, they dropped down twice actually in a week.
Yeah, it was $69,400.
You're really going to buy one?
Yeah, why not? That's
Stop
a
it.
bargain. Come on, that's like $20,000 cheaper than what it normally is.
Stop.
How can you not buy one? You see how
Are
many
you
are on the road now,
crazy?
right?
I mean, that's crazy.
Wish I could buy one.
I was like, wait a second. I'm like, from the guy who's unemployed, you're going to go
I know.
buy-
Now it's like your time
buy
is
a
going off,
Tesla?
Wes.
Have you seen how many Teslas are on the road?
Honestly,
There's
I have
a
not
lot.
been anywhere, but
I'm driving around a lot, and there's so many on the road. How do people
Really?
afford these fucking things? I think they're normally $89,000 for the cheapest one,
Wow. Well, you know
Yeah.
what? Get
and
in.
now they're 69. So now it's going to be a lot cheaper or a lot more on the road,
listen,
probably.
if you and Adriana split it, it's not that bad.
It's a dirty
Yeah.
number.
It
69.
The Peloton went down in price too.
are you going to get a Peloton?
Well, they're
I
supposed
was
to be
thinking
selling.
about it.
They're supposed to be selling the used ones, right? Whatever happened with
the
used ones, I
refurbished
think
ones,
people were
right?
supposed to.
Are
Well,
they
there
really
were people were
refurbished?
you're able to trade them in, and then I guess they clean them up and fix them,
Ah.
and then they're going to resell them.
I heard about
So
that.
I don't know what happened with that.
I just don't. I don't really have room in my apartment, so I don't know. I'm not
Go
really
put it on
like
your balcony. There you go.
You can hang
Listen.
clothes on it. Come on, you could use it as a clothes hanger.
But everybody else does.
I have my
Yeah.
chairs over here.
My
but,
chairs. I got
So
my
replace
chairs.
replace a chair. You could sit on that. You could do the
Yeah.
podcast from the Peloton.
Yeah, you could. You could actually
Yeah, you
do
could
your
probably
work.
do the video thing.
You know what? Wes can come over and build you like a custom desk that can go right in front. So while you're pedaling away, you could just be typing away and get everything done.
I'm just not
Yeah.
into that sport. I barely use my.
I would love
bike.
to get one.
What? They have
I would love
they,
to get one.
Around.
They have
I
the
do bike.
yeah the what's the thing you walk on?
Treadmill?
Treadmill.
Treadmill?
But I'm like, but I have the boardwalk and the ground.
The
walk.
sidewalk.
Yeah,
Look,
you know?
I got my
Yeah.
Peloton. I got my
But-
Peloton right back here. It's Wes's girl's bike. And
I would love to get a Peloton, but there's no room. I'm in the same situation. I don't have room for that.
No.
And then if we were going to get a Peloton, we'd have to get two.
Why?
I did,
You could just take
12,000 steps
turns.
the other day just walking around the neighborhood.
Well, who's going to want?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, speaking
who's
of the
gonna wanna
neighborhood-
you don't want to take turns.
Speaking of your neighborhood, guys. So
Yeah.
wait, Wendy, are you out of red and Wes is still in red, or how's this working?
At last I checked, at least according to the Citizen app, I'm still in red.
Really?
But trying to understand, I listened to the conference today, and he said Queens is no longer in the red.
I
Just
mean,
me.
go look at the map. It still looks red where I am.
Yeah, I know you sent the picture from Citizen, but
Unless it's not updated.
yeah, he said earlier that Queens is in yellow now.
I don't know.
And I
Hmm.
think
Ventured out
Ozone Park
yesterday,
is
though.
in
I
yellow
went out
too.
to the middle of the park, but nobody was there, so
Really?
stayed away from all humans.
Which park?
Aw.
I went to there's a preserve over by the Grand Central, so I went there to take some pictures. I didn't really venture in too far. As soon as I saw orange leaves, I was like, okay, that's good. I just wanted to see some foliage.
So I'm I'm going to take a guess, Wendy. You haven't done any indoor dining yet still.
No, and I don't plan on it.
I hear you. I know. I'm scared.
I don't plan on it.
Oh,
I
just
do it all the time.
So obviously, my friend Cynthia, you know Cynthia, guys.
I know Cynthia.
You know Cynthia.
Everyone knows Cynthia.
She almost convinced me to do indoor dining because we were going to go out with like one of her friends. But
no, don't give in, Astra. Don't give in.
I done it.
I'm so scared still, but I had said, but you know what it is? We ended up just going to like a little house party instead, which I was actually
that's much better.
No. Let me explain.
Yeah.
It had a huge, and when I say huge wraparound balcony overlooking the city. So I was outside majority of the time.
Oh, was that recently?
Yeah, that was the other day. And there was maybe 6 to 8 people there. So it wasn't like it was extremely packed, but I made sure to be mostly outside. And when I was inside, definitely distanced. So
and
I was
wearing a mask, I hope.
Yeah, I had a mask on, and except when I was eating. I mean, I can't eat with my mask on. But everybody was in their place. Nobody was like hovering over anybody. And I actually felt okay, but still at that level of uncomfortability in a roundabout way. And I said to her, I just don't know if I can do that whole indoor dining thing. I'm still
just go to like a big restaurant. Go to like Carmine's or.
Stop trying to pressure her, Wes.
Right?
What's the pizzeria that's by you?
Right. Joe's.
Yeah.
John's.
John's. Yeah. Yeah. Go to John's. John's is huge.
Here's the thing. And I was just
go to John's.
No, but I was just listening to this.
We have gift cards now.
Stop it. I was just listening to this on TV before. They were saying the bigger the restaurant, obviously is going to hold more people because they could do the 25%, but the bigger the restaurant, the bigger the chance is because you're going to have more people, whereas the smaller the restaurant, the lesser your chances could possibly be. But you also have to find out how frequently they circulate the air. And if they can't answer that question, don't eat there.
Well, the bigger the restaurant, they're separating people more. I feel like they're putting maybe 2 tables between each table.
But there's still more bodies in there.
What's
I don't want to be
the point? Why risk it though?
Right.
Why wouldn't you just order a pizza and bring it home?
See, I'm with
because
Wendy on this.
It's not the same.
Yes, it is.
You want the pizza fresh out of the oven.
Oh my God.
I'll make my own freaking pizza.
Yeah, I'll make my own.
Okay,
Listen,
then do that.
I've been making filet mignon and salmon and everything I order at a restaurant anyway. So I'm here and I'm safe and I'm COVID free as opposed to risking my life sitting next to someone who could be hacking away for all I know.
I've seen some really morbid things. Have you ever seen walking down the street people that have the mask like just over their mouth and then they start hacking away?
Yeah.
I will actually cross the street.
I love the people that they're just spitting all over the place. I'm like, come on.
You know what?
Cross the street.
They do that on the boardwalk. Last night I took a walk and they were like spitting everywhere. I'm like, this is disgusting. And then you see everyone with their masks under their nose. Would you wear your underwear with your piece of deal hanging out like that? No, I don't think so. So put the mask over your nose, you moron.
I saw some guy spitting too the other day. Like I'm walking down the street and he's like hawking loogies. And then he turns.
I hate that. I hate that. It makes me gag.
Yes. And first of all, on a normal day pre-COVID, I thought it was disgusting. But now
more so. That is not socially
horrible.
acceptable anymore.
And he didn't know I was coming down the street. And when he turns around, he's like, "Oh, sorry." And I'm like, I gave him the evil eye because that's all I could do. I have a mask on, so I'm like.
I give so many stink eyes. Oh my God.
Oh man. I will say that's the one thing I like about the mask because it really covers my facial expressions and all you can see is my eyes squinting.
And no guy can be like, smile.
Right.
Smile.
I am.
Well, the best is I still have guys that are like, hey, beautiful. I'm like, how do you know what I look like underneath this?
You should like put like mascara on your teeth and be like,
no, look, ready?
hi.
Did I tell you guys about the time when I was at the mall?
Sorry.
No.
So I was at the mall a couple weeks ago and I was buying
Roosevelt Field.
Actually, this tank top, because I love these tank tops. They're actually reversible, so you can switch V-neck to crew neck.
Nice.
From White House Black Market. And I was also buying a pair of sneakers from Aldo. So I'm walking around and I was like, I'm just going to leave. I'm hungry. I'm going to go, whatever. So I'm walking towards the exit and I made contact with this guy. I didn't tell you guys this story.
No.
Oh my God. So I'm walking out and then that guy I made contact with, he comes up to me, goes, can you tell me where Macy's is? I was like, oh, it's straight down on the right. And this is at the Roosevelt Field Mall on Long Island. So I was like, oh, yeah, straight down on the right, towards the exit, whatever. And then he goes, I actually know where it is. I just thought you were cute, so I wanted to talk to you. I said, honey, I could be your mother.
Oh, my goodness.
He was like 19, 20 years old. I was like, he goes, you can? I pulled my mask on. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, do you see I got long, And he was like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. I said,
oh, my God, you're so old.
I'm so sorry you're old.
I'm so sorry you're old. And the guy in front of me walking, he turned around. He goes, I can't believe that just happened. I'm like, I can't believe it either. Wait, Wendy, we can't hear you.
I know. Wendy muted herself. No, you muted yourself.
Still can't hear you. You muted yourself. Uh-oh. Wendy broke it.
Uh-oh.
Wes! Wendy broke it.
I don't know what she did.
Always
She probably unplugged it.
Wendy's lips are moving and there's nothing coming out.
Maybe take your headphones out.
Nope.
No, I
Nothing.
can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
All we see is her mouth moving. Damn.
It's a good thing she's not on air right now.
Actually, she did tell us that story last week, how she found out that she was on air and nobody heard her.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Wendy.
Wendy broke it again. Too bad Wes isn't on the clock to fix it. Oh, no. You know what? So Wendy's going to pop off. She'll come right back on. This way, hopefully, it fixes everything. That was really funny. At first, I thought to myself, I see her mouth moving, but I don't understand what's going on.
She wasn't close enough to the mic before. That's why I thought maybe it was she wasn't close enough to the mic.
Can we hear you now, Wendy?
Hello?
Yes, we hear you.
What did you do?
It just does that every once in a while. I don't know why.
Oh, my goodness.
Also, Mercury is in retrograde right now, so I like to blame all my problems on that.
That is true. So what were you trying to say to us before we couldn't hear a thing?
So what I was trying to say is that us older women are now very fashionable. Harry Styles has a thing for Stevie Nicks, apparently. So
really? Well, that's because the song blew up after the guy was doing his little thing on TikTok.
It could be his grandmother.
He's cute, though. Oh, my gosh. He has the most symmetrical
Styles?
face I've ever seen.
Wendy.
He's weird, but he's cool.
What?
You
He's
sing
perfect.
for us,
What? No.
please?
I can sing for you, but I don't know words to anything. And that's like part of the reason I got myself fired from the band. So that's actually not true. I actually left the band because I was being bullied by a misogynistic creep. But yeah. But it's true. True story. I just don't really know words very well.
You know what? My best friend from college, she can hear a song and like remember the lyrics and like understand them. Me, it takes me 7 times.
So here's the thing that I can do, which I feel like I'm some sort of savant at. I can know the note of I know the key that the song is in without hearing it. And then I always test myself. So like I'll do that all the time and I'll go and test myself. But the words, the lyrics, forget it. Like I need to read them off the screen.
Really?
And even then I'll fuck them up. So
really?
It's a gift and a curse.
But you know what? A lot of people in bands and stuff do that. I always see them with their little iPad.
Yeah, the iPad. That's what we had. Yeah. But the thing is, when you're looking down and not connecting with the audience, like there's only one song I think that I knew like really well enough to walk away from the iPad.
Zombie?
No. You Ought to Know.
What song?
It was You Ought to Know.
I love You Ought to Know.
I was like, I do want to know.
The only one that I felt like confident enough to like walk out in the crowd and not be hovering so close to that iPad.
Huh.
But I don't know. The words never really stick, but the notes and everything else does.
Do you think if things go back to normal, you would get back into a band again?
Fuck no, not that one.
No.
By the way, I have the darkest thing to
text
text you. When my phone is close by, I have the darkest thing to show you ever. So I actually went to go visit my friend Marianne, who does the aerials. I did a private lesson with her. So it was just me and the fabric.
Mask on or mask off?
Yes, of course, mask on. And temperature taken, everything.
So wait, you're able to do your aerials with the mask on?
Well, I was more concerned about my shoulder because remember I had that injury. But yeah, you have to do it with the mask on. It's not easy, especially when you're out of shape and you haven't done it in a while. But like afterwards, I see a vehicle come into the parking lot because I'm leaving. I don't want to be in a class with multiple people.
Yeah.
And I see a car pull into the lot and the license plate is Jet City. I kid you not. How douchey is that?
Oh no.
Oh.
Like, why? I understand vanity plates. Remember the one you sent me, Astra? But like, this is something else. I was just like, what?
Is that what she
No.
did? She got that on her plates?
I don't think it was
Or was this a
her.
random car? Oh.
No, I don't think it was
Probably
her.
her counterpart. Her counterpart.
I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, why? But anyway, I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying that I saw it in the lot and I was like, oh my God.
At least you were leaving. That's a good thing.
Goodbye. Anyway, yeah, that's my little story.
Wow. Well, I got back on TikTok this week. That's my big news.
Woo! You know what we should do? We should start a cover band of our own and only do like Fleetwood Mac and Tom Petty. That'd be fun.
Well, can we mix in maybe like a little Cardi B?
And some Mariah Carey.
Yes.
It'd be a weird ass band. Wes, what would you sing?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
The real Slim Shady?
My first song would be WAP.
Oh God.
Of course it would be WAP. You fucking
What?
WAP
WAP?
girl.
I'm a WAP.
Oh my God.
I haven't even
Can't
heard
help
this
it.
song.
The beat is just so catchy. I can't help but singing, you know?
I haven't even listened to any new music at all. I haven't even heard it yet. I know about it, but I haven't heard it.
Are you under a rock?
Yeah.
Clearly.
I just love that Fleetwood Mac is back on the charts. Like,
I
that's
know.
amazing.
It's
Thank
like
you,
top 10.
Dogface. Amazing.
I know. Well, that's why I'm thinking to myself, we should all go on TikTok and try to bring back old songs too. If you put up a video with an older song, you might help be the one to bring it back, and then
We're not the ones. We're not the trendsetters.
You never know. Neither was Dogface.
Although the one that you just put up today with this
you
one,
like that? I put that up last night. Actually, you just
I like
saw it
that
today.
a lot. I don't understand it, but it was really good.
Everybody has to go check out my TikTok to go see what she's talking about at Astra on the air. It's
The one that says "wait for it," and it is
Yes.
worth it. It is.
it was
My
fun,
mom
right?
watches your TikTok, Astra.
She
Aw.
does. Tell her to like my shit.
They're so
She's
funny.
Oh my God, I watched Astra's videos on TikTok.
Astra.
Get the fuck off TikTok.
Well, that was like my mom once when she downloaded TikTok. I go, "What are you doing?" She goes, "I don't know. Everybody's on it." I said, "It's not for you. Get off."
Your mom is so cool. It's like one thing that we've learned this episode.
That I have a cool mom.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not as cool as you think she is. She's cool, but she's not that cool. She just
she's
doesn't know.
definitely up to date on the trends.
Well, she's only up to date because she takes care of my 6-year-old niece. So my niece is like, "I need Snapchat." Next thing you know, she's like snapping me like crazy. And I'm like, "Ma, you know she's snapping me, right?" She goes, "What? What's she doing?" I'm like,
Oh my
"Snapchat."
God.
And then the funny thing is my niece is sending me these messages on Snapchat. And I'm like, how does she know these big words? She's like, my niece chimes in, "It's voice recording." Like, she doesn't know how to spell these words. She's just voice like texting it to Snapchat. Cause I'm like, how does she have a vocabulary like this to spell?
Yeah.
It's voice.
These are so different from when we were kids.
I don't know. You know what? If I had a kid right now, I don't know if I would let them online or not. I'm at that point.
No
where it's
way.
like, whoa.
Nope.
How do you prevent it?
Yeah, how do you prevent it? Because when all their friends are on it, they're gonna be like, "Mom, you suck. You don't
Yeah,
even let me online."
everyone in school has a cell phone, all that, yeah.
My nephew, well, my cousin, my cousin's kid, I call him my nephew because that's my cousin and I, like brother and sister. He texts me yesterday a picture of a camera I bought him. And I was like, "Julian, aren't you supposed to be in school?" And like, I tried FaceTiming him. And he was like, "Dee, I found the camera you bought me." I'm like, "And you took a picture and sent it to me?" He goes, "Yeah." Guess how old he is? 6. I'm like,
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, that's like my niece, same age. It's
Yeah.
crazy. They are so advanced for their age right now. It's actually not good.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
know technology a lot better than even we do.
The worst was one day I said to her, I go, and I did it on a TikTok actually. She was saying something like talking about the devil, and I'm like, "What?" And she's like, 666. I go, "How do you know that?" She
Oh
goes,
my God.
she looks at me and she goes, "YouTube." I'm like, "Oh my!" I'm like, first of all, the sass, and second of all, what the hell are you doing on YouTube?
Yeah. I had to teach I told my cousin, I said, "Listen, he's got TikTok, and I said he's got to get off of it because there's a lot of naughty things on there. And he was like, okay, is there parental controls? I'm like, I have no idea. I'm like, I'm not a parent, but like,
I think they do have them.
yeah. So I told him, I said, just delete it off of the phone.
Mm-hmm. But you know what's so funny? These kids know how to reinstall apps. That's the crazy thing. You could delete it all you want, and one day you'll go back on and like, wait, I thought I took this app off.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, yeah, I put it back on. Like, these kids, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you
There's
thought
ways
you were
to,
bad.
you could block it. There's parental controls on the phone and computers.
Have Wes take a look at your
could
phone.
block
He'll
it.
fix it right up for you.
All right.
Yeah,
Wes
you
will
can
have
block all
everything
that
blocked.
stuff.
Wes will have it blocked so bad that you can't even send a text message out.
Wes could fix it. Wendy could break it.
Yeah.
That is true.
But I think that I don't break things. It's just a thing that he says.
You know what? Just blame it.
You just
Blame-
proved that you break stuff on the podcast, Wendy.
No, it's Mercury in retrograde, and we're leaving
I
it
did
at
not
that.
do anything. I'm just sitting here. My hands are right here.
Mm-hmm. You're just
Hello.
chatting or pretending to chat.
Yeah. Well, on that note, are you guys doing anything this weekend? Anything fun?
We're going to early vote. Hooray!
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Nice.
We're
have
gonna
an
stand
absentee
online all fucking
ballot.
day if we have to. But I've never seen Dr. Nebraska more excited about waking up at 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning.
I was going to ask you guys, what do you think it's better to early vote or to vote on election day?
Early vote if you can. Whatever it is you're going to do, just make sure you have a plan and a backup plan just in case, because I think it is going to be very busy.
So do you think the early votes, because I know there's a couple of locations that you can go to because I got that notification or whatever. Do you think it's going to be as packed as it would be on election day itself?
It's hard to say, but if you have the option to early vote, I would recommend it, especially if you say if you go on a weekend, say if you go on like a Saturday or Sunday and you have nothing else going on and you can find the time to put aside, I would say do it.
See, I was thinking the early vote more during a weekday when everybody's,
maybe go on a Monday. That might actually be to your benefit as well.
Yeah, because if everybody's technically maybe at home working and doing their thing, I feel like it would be a less populated location.
Yes. Well, whatever you do, take advantage, whatever you feel comfortable with. If you feel comfortable going out in person, do it. You'll get a sticker. You'll feel good about yourself.
Yay! We'll all have to show off our stickers.
I want to get 2 stickers because
put on your boobies.
Well, here's the thing. The catch is they'll only give you 2 stickers if you're not wearing a shirt with those stickers.
What?
What? You can't put the stickers on your shirt.
Sometimes they'll give you an extra sticker if you just ask D.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when you're on the podcast, on the visual side of things, you could only wear the stickers, no shirt.
I promise.
You know what? We're going to hold you to that.
No, I'm not kidding. I'm going to do it. I'm not afraid.
You'll definitely get a lot of YouTube hits.
Ways to reach us.
Well, you can reach me at at Danielle DeLillo.
Non-double D's that she's rocking. You can reach
got
me
confused.
you can reach me at Astra on the air.
You could go, Wendy.
Me? We're doing it out of order. Okay, so I'm Wendy Wild Radio on Instagram and Wendy Wild on Twitter.
And I'm Wes and his pick on everything. And together
We are
are
Tails
over
Cocktails.
And Tails will see
That
on
was on
Twitter.
Twitter.
I win.
Until
We all
next
did that
time.
one. Until next time, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.